Hello, guys. Welcome once again to Junilai and William's Adventure. I'm William, and I thought I would take time to make a short video about a question that I've been asked quite a bit since I've been living here in the Philippines, since I've been married here in the Philippines for the last 3 months, and living here in Lapu-Lapu City in Cebu for the last year or so. And so, the number one question from our viewers and our subscribers that mostly guys want to know from the West is, does my Filipina just want me for money? That's the question. Does my Filipina just want money? Well, let's look at a few of the things. Let's just talk about it for a while, guys. Um, Feel free to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel as we continue to talk about different subjects in the Philippines, take you different places in the Philippines. But let's deal with our subject today. Does my Filipina, who you're in an online relationship with, or you're living with in the Philippines, or you're married to, or contemplating coming to the Philippines with somebody you met online, does she just want my money? Well, let's look at just some of the facts. Number one, the US dollar is worth about 56 Philippine pesos, which means that when you come to the Philippines, the money exchange rate for $100 US is approximately 560 Philippine, 5,600 Philippine pesos. That's 5,600 Philippine pesos, or 100 US dollars. 20 US dollars is approximately a little over 1,000 Philippine pesos. So, in a lot of Filipino women's eyes, Western men, American men, Canadian men, European men are considered rich here. Even if you're just a working man and you think that I'm just coming to the Philippines either to retire or I'm coming over to the Philippines to take a vacation and a sort of exploratory trip, they think that you're rich. Basically, they believe that you're a walking ATM over here in the Philippines because they think that you couldn't be here if you didn't have a lot of money. Number one, the plane ride itself, back and forth, is probably one of the biggest expenses you would have coming to the Philippines. Even an inexpensive ticket right now is probably about maybe $1,800 to $2,500 round trip, if you can get it for round trip at that price, 1,800 to 2,500 US dollars, depending on whether you ride coach or what class you ride. So, just looking at the facts alone, remembering that the average Filipino makes from 200 to 500 US dollars a month, and that's with a good job, a college degree. The average Filipino that's working in menial jobs might make 5,000 pesos a month, maybe 10,000, which is 200 US dollars. So think about it. If you would come to the Philippines and you were drawing a pension of $2,500 a month, you would be considered very wealthy in the Philippines. If you're dating a girl online, guys, and you're thinking, how do I know if she's just after my money? Well, the question is, she is just after your money. But we'll break it down a little more than that. Remember that most of the people that you talk to, even if they're working, even if the girl's working, she's not making very much. Maybe $200 a month, maybe $300 to $400 a month, and that's on the high end. And even a managerial position might make $500 a month. So, as you can see, they're not making very much. Most of us from the western part of the world, especially I'm talking about the US, we were making $20, $30 an hour. So you think about what that would take for them to make that. They couldn't make that in a day, and we were making that in an hour. So um, just by the process of the facts, a lot of guys say, well, when you go over to the Philippines and a guy that's from 50 to 70, and I see them on video dating women from 22 to 35 years old. Why would such a beautiful woman want to be with an older man? She just must want his money. Well, the answer to that question is a Filipino woman just after the older man, let's say in his golden years, money. It's twofold. Yes and no. Every Filipina is not a scammer. Every Filipina woman is not just after money. But like in any country or in any relationship, love takes time. You can't get off the plane and expect that someone you were in a video relationship with or a long distance relationship with, you might have talked to that person for a year, maybe 3 months, maybe longer than that. Some of us that were in the pandemic. So when you get off the plane to meet the person that you've been talking to, remember, they could be different in person than they were when you were talking to them in video. One thing that you can't do when you come to the Philippines, you cannot get on the plane and forget to pack your brains. Are there scammers in the Philippines? Absolutely. Are there women that's just after your money? Absolutely. But are there many more women that are good women that are looking for someone like you? Remember, someone else's trash is someone's treasure. Maybe you're 65 or you're retired age and you're looking to live a better kind of life, and you have heard about the Philippines and you've seen vlogs and videos about the Philippines. Well, all the things that you've seen, the beautiful beaches, the beautiful scenery, the beautiful women, breathtaking views, women that are willing to date you that are half your age. It's all true. But as anywhere, you have to separate fact from fiction. A lot of my friends ask me, is it dangerous in the Philippines? I would honestly say, after being here over a year, never once have I felt threatened or in danger at any point in anywhere I've traveled to. And I've traveled extensively through the Philippines. So back to our question. Is my Filipina that I'm online talking to, do they just want my money? Well, think about it. In the US, when we date, we go out on a date and we're expected to pay for that date. We're expected to pay for that dinner. We're expected to be the man in the relationship. We hopefully, and we're expected to have a good job. A woman doesn't want a man, even in the US, that doesn't have any money. He has no income. She's probably not going to want to get into a relationship with you. And the same is true here. Most Filipino women, no matter how young they are or beautiful they are looking for security. And they can't find that. Maybe they're thinking in a Filipino man, some of them that are saying, well, I want more out of life. I've seen, now in online that there's a better life out there and I want some of that better life. And they're thinking, here you come as a foreigner. Who knows if we've been through divorce, we've been through being widowed, but we're coming over here and we've been talking to a woman online that's half our age, but we really don't know in the back of our mind, does she just want me for my money? Well, the answer is yes, she does want your money. But really, the answer is she wants your security. She's willing to be in a relationship with you and at a younger age, much younger than you, for an opportunity at security. Maybe she's a single mother, or maybe she doesn't have any kids, but she wants to have a shot at a better life, and you are that opportunity. So therefore, she's willing to trade her youth and beauty for your security. It's an equal trade. It's really what it is. A lot of guys say, well, she loves me for just me. Well, maybe so. But the bottom line is she's getting something out of it. And so are you. I married my wife after dating for 3 years. We dated online, went through the pandemic. Came over to meet her in person 3 different times. And a lot of people say, well, she's much younger than you, William. She's probably just after your money. Well, they're after security. They want an older man that's wise. Maybe he's done well with his money in his retirement. And remember, you could be getting a $1,500 to $2,000 to $2,500 Social Security check or pension check, and that seems like wealth to them. That means all the security in the world if they can be connected with you. So it's a twofold answer. Yes, they're after money, but only in a sense of security. They're also looking for the same thing that you're looking for, which may be companionship, which may be ability to eat every day. A lot of times in the Philippines, the question is not for people, what are they going to eat? The question sometimes is, are they going to eat? And, this is a developing country, guys. So remember, yes, you have to see the red flags. You have to know the difference between somebody that's scamming you. Remember, one of the things I always say to guys that are preparing to come to the Philippines, don't send money to anyone online that you haven't met in person. If you don't break that cardinal rule, you won't get scammed. Don't send money for any reason, no matter how sad the story seems. And they may be true because there's a lot of poverty here. But there's also a lot of good women here that are looking for a good man that's maybe in the fourth quarter of his life, that's looking for companionship, that's looking for maybe his last adventure in his last 10 or 15 years of living. And that woman that's 25 to 40 years old, she's willing to share that part of her life with you for the security of your financial situation. So I always hear guys say, well, the Filipino, remember, that beautiful Filipino that's talking to you in the camera, she just wants your money. Well, she wants security. Most of them, and I say 90% of Filipino women are not scammers. They're good, Catholic upbringing, Christian women that are looking for somebody that's not coming over to play games with them. Remember, us that come over from the West, we play games too, am I right? So they want somebody that's not just willing to sleep with everybody they meet, but somebody that's willing to not play games with them and be upfront with them, guys. But are all Filipinos women, especially in May to December romance, are they just after my money? The answer is twofold: yes and no. She wants your security. And that money that you're bringing in that you think is nothing in the U.S., $2,000 a month, $2,500 a month, $1,800 a month, which you think is nothing but poverty level in the U.S., is a upper middle class life here. Remember what I said the ratio is. Every U.S. dollar is worth 56 Philippine pesos. Do the math, guys. You can get a 2-3 bedroom condo for $400 a month with a pool and a guard at the gate. So it's a different lifestyle over here. Custom, the food, the culture. It's a learning experience. A lot of times I tell friends of mine that ask, fall in love with the country. Come and see. Remember, it's a 16-hour plane flight from New York, one way, to get to the Philippines. 16 hours in the air, one way. So remember, it's a long trip. You can't come and get a sense of what the Philippines is in a week. You have to take a vacation for at least 2 to 3 weeks to come to the Philippines. You have to travel so far just to get here. And it's made up of 7,000 islands, and a lot of them are beautiful islands. White sand, blue water, beautiful women. There's more single women here than in any country I've ever seen. There's single women everywhere. If they're single, they might have a child, they may not. There's not enough men to go around. So, yes, they're after your money. You're a walking ATM to them. But if you use your brains and you pack your good sense, even when you're talking to them online, you could find the one that you want. That's not just a scammer. That's not just after your money, but after security and a better life, not only for her, but the child if she has it. And also, in return, you're going to get the joy you're going to get the happiness that you've been looking for that maybe you can't find in your golden years in the USA. So that's the answer to the question from my point of view, boots on the ground, guys. I think it's a matter of security. Not so much all she wants is my money. No, all she wants is security. To know that there's food in the refrigerator that you can purchase. To know that she's able to go to the beach and enjoy the beach and know that she can still eat the next day. So remember, every day's a new adventure. And this is William from Junie Lyon Williams Adventures telling you, be good to yourself and to others. And remember, every day is the best day of your life. So make sure you enjoy today, because tomorrow's not promised. Am I right, guys? And don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel as we continue to take you on our adventures from Junie Lyon Williams Adventures. I'll be getting back to you next time, guys, with some more tips and some more stories and some more adventures from the Philippines. Until then, I'll see you later. Next time, guys.